Ellie Kemper's successful acting career has taken her far. One of her most notable roles was as Erin Hannon on the popular American TV series The Office. She is also known for her lead role as Kimmy Schmidt in the Netflix comedy series Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Aside from her television work, she has appeared in various films, including roles in comedies like Bridesmaids and 21 Jump Street. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Ellie Kemper. She played field hockey in college. Kemper initially pursued a college athletic path but found her true passion in acting. Before gaining fame on The Office, she joined Princeton University's field hockey team while majoring in English. However, her autobiography, My Squirrel Days, revealed that she struggled as an athlete and realized she wasn't the best player on the team. She then shifted her focus to musical theater and improv groups on campus, where she flourished comedically, demonstrating her ability to embrace her comedic potential despite setbacks in sports. Her failed audition for Parks and Recreation led to The Office. Her role as Erin Hannon on The Office was almost a missed opportunity. Initially, she auditioned for a part on the show Parks and Recreation, which didn't work out. However, her skills impressed executive producer Greg Daniels, who later contacted her for a different role on The Office. Her temporary stint as a receptionist turned into a regular role on the show. Despite her unsuccessful attempt to join Parks and Recreation, her presence on The Office from 2009 to its end in 2013 became integral to the series, making it fortunate that she didn't get the other role. Jon Hamm was her drama teacher. Kemper has established herself as a prominent comedic actress. Interestingly, she learned acting from Mad Men star Jon Hamm, who taught her for a year during high school. According to her, his teaching had a significant impact on her. She told Elle, "He made such a difference in that short amount of time. He was a great teacher and he was leading our comedy and improv classes, so he taught me the greatest lesson for a comedian, which is that when you're performing on stage, or really in a lot of life, and someone throws something crazy at you, you just have to say yes and." She went on to become a successful performer, so Hamm's influence seems to have really paid off. And funnily enough, the pair both starred in Bridesmaids years later. She's also an accomplished writer. In addition to her acting career, Kemper is an accomplished writer who has contributed to publications like The Huffington Post and The Onion. She published a memoir titled My Squirrel Days in 2018, and even co-hosted The Today Show for a period in 2015. She's also lent her voice to a handful of audiobooks and launched the podcast Born to Love in 2023. She co-hosts the interview show with Scott Eckhart. She has a giant collection of squirrel paraphernalia. Kemper has unintentionally amassed an extensive collection of squirrel paraphernalia thanks to her book, My Squirrel Days. The book isn't actually about a small animal, but instead tracks her journey from awkward adolescence to Emmy-nominated stardom in a series of personal anecdotes and essays. She told Us Weekly, "Thanks to gifts from supportive readers, I think I've amassed the largest assortment of squirrel paraphernalia in the country." She loves to run. Everyone has their preferred form of exercise. For Ellie Kemper, it's running. It has been a favorite activity for her since middle school, serving as a way to clear her mind and reset. However, due to a foot injury, she transitioned to taking SoulCycle spin classes. She thought smoking would make her cool. Kemper, like many others, tried to adopt a cool image when she moved to New York. She revealed on Conan O'Brien's show that she briefly took up smoking because she thought it would make her look cool. She said, "One thing I did when I first moved here, I took up smoking for 4 days. I don't smoke anymore. But I thought, well, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. Maybe this will open up some new possibilities. And so I practiced smoking in my apartment." She met her husband while working on the late-night talk show. Kemper has been married to Michael Common, co-creator of Nathan For You, since 2012. They met while both working on Conan O'Brien's talk show. Despite initially focusing on her career, Kemper and Common's relationship blossomed. Their engagement wasn't elaborate, as Kemper had actually encouraged Common to propose. They now have 2 sons, James and Matthew. She has an unfortunate nickname. She has a private nickname within her family, Smelly Ellie. Despite the amusing moniker, Kemper clarified to Us Weekly that it's not a reflection of her personal hygiene. She said, "I want to be very clear, I don't actually smell. Smelly just happens to rhyme with Ellie. My family's sense of humor is very sophisticated and evolved." She made headlines when it was discovered she participated in a controversial ball. In 2021, Kemper faced unexpected controversy when a news clipping emerged showing her crowned Queen of Love and Beauty in 1999 at the Fair St. Louis, which was formerly known as the Veiled Prophet Ball. The organization behind the pageant has a controversial history linked to a racially and socially exclusionary past. She then apologized in a lengthy Instagram post. She wrote, "I was not aware of this history at the time, but ignorance is no excuse. I was old enough to have educated myself before getting involved." There is a very natural temptation, when you become the subject of internet criticism, to tell yourself that your detractors are getting it all wrong. But at some point last week, I realized that a lot of the forces behind the criticism are forces that I've spent my life supporting and agreeing with.